Hello everyone, welcome to the new video. Today I will talk about the Surface Mobile Mouse and the Surface Arc Mouse. I will compare these two mouses, and I will also show another cheaper variant here from one Chinese, most probably, mouse brand that it's inexpensive compared to the others. I will talk about what are the differences. I will also, in the end of the video, I will tell you guys which one you should consider, and also I will show also other Microsoft Surface mouses that they offer. But before we get started, please do subscribe and support my channel. I will continue making these videos. Let's start with the most expensive one, the Surface Arc mouse. It feels premium in hand. It has a rubbery material here and glass feeling material in the front, which is a touch surface. I can also try to click and you can see how loud it is. And you can also scroll using the touch here, up and down, and also horizontally you can also scroll through the windows. Unfortunately, you cannot zoom in using pinch in and pinch out. That doesn't work. It's when you're moving it, it feels like silent because it's a wooden surface. It should be really loud, but compared to the others, this is really less noisy. And because of this arc-shaped form, it feels also comfortable in hand. But if you have a big hand, I will say you will face problem because the mouse will feel a little bit small, as you can see here. In my case, it feels okay. You can turn it on and off by just making it flat, which is really perfect if you are traveling a lot. So you can make it flat and then you can bend it, then it's turned on. It's also practical to just turn it on and turn it off. And you have also a battery. It fits with battery here. So after some time you have to change it. Now I'm using it for more than I would say 1.5 months. I have 70% battery still in here and I use it all the time. So it's not that bad. Most probably every 3 months you need to change the battery if you use it a lot. And you can pair it using this button. You have to hold it for 3 seconds and you can pair it. There are things that I don't like about this mouse. It feels a little bit small, as I said. Second, precision. I found sometimes the precision doesn't work properly, especially if you're trying to do small drawings and you need a little bit more precision. This is not suitable for that work. My hand gets tired. And the third thing that I really don't like, it is only single device support. It means that if you want to use it on another computer or tablet, you have to again pair it with the Bluetooth, and when you're back again to the old computer, you have to pair again. So it only supports one device at the same time. And that's the main problem with this mouse that I have, especially if I'm moving from one device to another. So now let's talk about the Surface Mobile Mouse. This mouse, I don't use it that often. Actually, it belongs to my girlfriend, but I use it sometimes when I am using another devices because this one is paired with the other one, which I don't want to unpair it again and pair it again because it's a pain in the ass with the Surface Arc. It's the same situation here. This is also single device supported. So if you pair it with one and change it to another device, then you have to pair again, which sucks. Keep in that mind. Again, works with the battery. You can open it here. It's also really nice way to open it. You just need to push it and then pull it. Again, the Bluetooth you have to hold it. It's simple. The battery here, I feel it's much better. Although I don't use it often, but we have this mouse since 6 months, I would say. So we use it time to time, especially my girlfriend with the laptop, the Surface laptop she has. She uses it and the battery is still 100% after 6 months. So it is, or there's a bug or it really doesn't drain any battery. So I'm really surprised after 6 months, it still has 100%. Maybe you need to change the battery once a year, but definitely it's much better than the ARC mouse. The material that is being used here feels premium. I feel it feels premium than the ARC, although it is cheaper. We will come back to the prices later in the video, but it feels premium. And here to scroll it using this roll here, using this wheel here, it feels also really good quality. It has a really satisfying feeling when you try to turn this wheel. And when you click, you will see, I feel it's a little bit louder than the ARC one when you click. And I miss, compared to the ARC, this touch that you can scroll. I found that this is much better in the ARC. But the build quality of this, I feel, is more premium than ARC, because ARC has this rubbery material. This has more like a nice plastic finish that feels really premium. And one problem that I've also faced about it is a little bit louder. So it's the same surface. If you compare to the ARC one, it is much louder. And I realized that also you have to use it also in the soft surfaces. If you have mouse pad, it still feels much louder compared to the ARC. But let's come to the worst thing about this mouse. It's the shape. It is too flat. So if I can compare this to here, it is too flat and your fingers are too flat. It doesn't feel that much comfortable. And this ergonomic that it has to have in the mouse, this is missing here. So it's like you're lying your hand in a flat surface. So it doesn't feel comfortable to use, and your hand also would get tired using this mouse after some time. So now let's talk about the inexpensive variant that you can find different options in Amazon also. The brand is INPHIC. I don't know if I pronounce it right. And it works with the USB here. It has disadvantages and advantages, I would say. Disadvantage is that, you need to take it out from other devices, put it back. So that can be disadvantage, or you can lose it also. Or you can forget where you put it last time. But the advantage is that you don't need to pair Bluetooth like these devices, because they are single device supported. So you can just take it out, put it back. You don't need to go to the settings, go to the Bluetooth, pair it, click on this button, 3 seconds to pair. It's a little bit annoying, this process there. So I feel like this is a better option than these as a single pairing. In my case, I feel a little bit annoyed with just this 3 second holding the button and the button of these Surface mouses to pair it again and again and again if you have multiple devices at home. Of course, if you have a mouse that supports multiple devices, then you will not have problem, and that's much better than this one. Definitely, it's better than this USB solution that they have. And you can put it also back here for your transporting it, then you can put it back there. And also it has a place that you don't lose it. You can switch it on and off. The difference is here that you have to charge it using the USB mini here, which is, the battery is also not that good. Every 2-3 weeks, every 1 month, I would say, you have to charge it. In the beginning, it was like that, but if I use it now constantly, every 2 weeks, I have to charge it. I use this a lot compared to the others. This was my first mouse actually. And this is also louder than the Surface Arc. Surface Arc was the most silent one, I will say. With the click, this doesn't make any sound. But it feels also cheap. It doesn't move. It doesn't have a clicky sound. And the wheel also feels cheap. So in general, the material, if you can see also, it feels cheaper than the two others. That's for sure. It's also inexpensive. You should not also expect like a premium quality here. But why I brought it here in this comparison here was I wanted to compare it to this mouse here. This has a little bit, the difference is not too much, But when your fingers are lying on the touch areas, the click areas here, it doesn't feel as flat as this Microsoft mobile mouse. So you have a better feeling when you're holding it, because it's not that flat here. It has a little bit ergonomic feeling here. So if I want to choose one of these for working, I will use this one for working because it feels better. It's a little bit more ergonomic in your hand, and you will feel comfortable to work with it. First, I will start with the Surface Arc here. The pricing in the Windows website is €90, but it is too expensive. It doesn't worth the money. But you can find it, the offers, like in Amazon, you have it for now here, like €62, as you can see in this website in the German Amazon. But will I recommend this as a secondary mouse that you want to use it for transporting it, like especially if you're moving around, you can make it flat. It doesn't take that much space, and it's perfect as a secondary mouse. But it's expensive for secondary mouse, I would say. If you want to pay still €60 for the mouse, that you will use it sometimes where you're on the go. The other option, now I have them all connected here to this Lenovo Chromebook Duet, which all works actually spontaneously here. This Surface Mobile Mouse, it's €35 in the website from the Microsoft, and if you go to Amazon, you can find it also cheaper, €22 here. €22. It's a really good value. The build quality is perfect, but as I said, this is too flat. That's the only problem I have with this mouse, and also that it doesn't support multiple devices. It's a little bit loud, but I can live with the loudness, but the multiple device support and that being flat here is a little bit annoying. What else options do we have on the Microsoft like Office as a mouses? You have this Microsoft Bluetooth mouse. It has more ergonomic like a design, but it's small. So I don't think that this will feel comfortable in your hand because it's too small. They have this Precision mouse. This is their mouse that also supports 3 multiple devicing, like for pairing. So if you want to use multiple devices and you have the money, this is €110 in the Microsoft website. But most probably you can find it cheaper in Amazon. But this has also perfect ergonomic shape, I would say. So it will feel really comfortable. It supports multiple devices. And as I know from the YouTubers, this has a really good also precision. And the problem is you have to have a mini USB here to charge it. I will say USB-C will be much better. But most probably maybe they will announce a new one. We have to see. But it's a bit pricey, I would say. Then we have this Surface mouse. This solves one of the main issues that I have with these mouse is the ergonomic feeling in your hand, because it has the shape of it, more like egg-shaped, I would say, that with your hand will be much comfortable when you are working using this mouse. So pricing is cheaper than this Arc one, definitely. So if you find also offers for that, most probably for €40, most probably you can find this, and this will be a much better experience. The problem is that you are, I think, at least in German website, you're stick with just silver color here. Then we talk about this one, the cheap variant here. The cheap variant, you need to connect it using the USB, as you can see in the video. That's a problem sometimes, that you have to always move it. It doesn't, but you don't need to pair it like with the other devices that I told you the problem. It feels cheap, but if I go to Amazon's website, this device is now like all €12 in Germany, but I'm sure you guys in different countries can find it for cheaper prices. It's like this INPHIC Mouse here. The scrolling works good here. The scrolling works also good here. The problem with this Lenovo Chromebook and the scrolling of this, I think that will be for most of the devices. This scrolling using the touch doesn't work properly. It's a little bit laggy and a little bit slow, I would say. But you don't have this problem in the Windows. And I think in the macOS you will not have problem, because there in the settings you can adjust the speed of this scrolling, which I did. If I use my Microsoft device with the scrolling here, then I don't have a problem. But here it's a little bit too slow. And it's not reliable here. So if I want to say which one you should buy for like a best experience, actually, like working experience, cheaper one, actually this cheap one gives me the best experience for working. This has the best design and best option for traveling, and this has the best material, like a build quality as it feels when you're holding in your hand. But if I want to say which one of these you should buy, if you are in budget, then you should consider something inexpensive. But this one for working a lot, I will not give like 22 euro for this, because you don't have a good feeling here, because it's too flat here. If you have maybe the money, and maybe you can find the Surface Mouse in a little bit offer because of the ergonomic shape that this has, it will feel much better to consider this device as your next mouse. Hope I could help you guys with your decision, and also give you a short overview how these Microsoft Surface Arc mouse and Microsoft Mobile mouse are compared with each other, what are the advantages and disadvantages of each one of these are, and how it compared to this inexpensive variant. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys in the next one.